I was 8, y'all. I was 8 years old. And my first thought was, okay, let me go to him and save him. Like, I can swim. Let me go help him.
Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something that features. You'll find the beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet.
Hello, it's Sahar, Dahi, honey, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm very happy to have you join us today. We got something different. I still haven't fully decided what the general vibe of this channel is gonna be. I don't know what I really want to do, but I also do want to stay multifaceted and not just like focus on one thing, because that's just so not me. Today we're doing a fun little story time, and no one requested this. No one, not a single person requested this, but I'm doing it because it's a fun story to tell, and I kind of hint around this stuff all the time on my TikTok, so might as well get to it. There are multiple things that I believe a person has to go through in life that I see as like a rite of passage, you could say. And one of those things is a near-death experience. So my near-death experience was a drowning situation, which I think a lot of people have done that before, but this was very like this close to dying, you know? It wasn't just like, yeah, I guess. No, it was like bad. Kind of horrific in the moment, kind of traumatizing, but hey, entertainment, views, might as well milk it. Before we get into it, make sure to check out my other socials. You can look at them right here. Connect with me, DM me, tell me what you want to see, because I'm running out of ideas. So now let's get right into the story. This is the story of how I almost died drowning. The story starts when it was hot and it was summer, and I had it all. I had him right there where I wanted him. She came along, got him along, and let's hear the applause. She took him faster than you could say sabotage. Okay, I'm totally kidding. That has nothing to do with the story. But the story does start in the summer. So I was 8 years old at the time, and my brother was 6, almost 7. And if you're not a first generation Canadian American, like if you don't have immigrant parents, here's the thing. So there's a sense of community in those kind of things. And you kind of just let your kids be babysat by your friends, kids, stuff like that. It's not like a whole, they have to know CPR, they need to know this, they need to do this, I'm gonna pay them this much, blah, blah, blah. It's more or less like I'll pay you 10 bucks a day to babysit my kid, that's fine. And that's all you do. It's not super strict. No one really pays that much attention. It was my mom's friend. My mom's friend was babysitting us, and there was like a pool by her house that wasn't really restricted. There was no lifeguards, there was no really any rules or anything surrounding this pool. It was just like a sign on the wall that said, we're not responsible if anything happens, like there's no lifeguard, you're here under your own caution. We were really young kids, and it was summer. We wanted to go swimming, obviously, as one kid wants to do. Is we went swimming a lot. She had taken us swimming plenty of times, it was no problem, but this particular time we were playing around in the water. I could swim. I was perfectly fine swimming. I was a great I'm an Aquarius. I'm a water bearer. So you already know me and the water, we're like, we're homies, we're chilling. And I learned to swim pretty early. My brother didn't know how to swim though. And this idiot, y'all are gonna be like, what the f? This just shows how idiotic 6-year-olds are, that this was like his thought process. There was the shallow end, right? My brother would always play in the shallow end. I was always in the deep end because I could swim and he couldn't. He would come by the deep end sometimes. Like he would hold onto the railing and just like go around and whatever, but he couldn't swim, obviously. He decided this one day, he magically decided, I kind of want to see how far I can go into the deep end without holding the wall. He decided, his little brain really went, yo, I'm kind of curious to see how far you can go in the water, even though you can't swim. This idiot decides to go into the water, shuffle his little way into the water without holding the wall or anything. Next thing you know, he reaches the deep part where his feet don't touch the ground anymore. Surprise, who would have saw that coming? This dumbass starts drowning, okay? He starts sinky winking into the water. He's struggling. I'm on the deep end and I see this happen. I just see him randomly like splashing around in the water, and it's like he's drowning. I was kind of giggling to myself because I was like, oh, it's not that serious. I was 8, y'all. I was 8 years old, and my first thought was, okay, let me go to him and save him. Like, I can swim, let me go help him. I swim to him. I didn't go in with a plan. My plan was just find, I wasn't thinking. I really wasn't thinking. So I go to him, and this idiot, this stupid, dumb ass 6-year-old, you know what he does when I come to him? He grabs me. He just like literally gets this grasp on me. This was like the grasp of God. I'm not even joking. He was holding, like Satan was throwing his hands here. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know how this man was that strong at 6 years old. He gripped me like this. And I'm just like, what the f? This was not part of the plan. This was not the plan. It was like he was trying to drown me, basically. Rewind a little bit. When we used to talk in the day, my brother and I, we used to talk in the day. And our plan was always, if he's ever drowning, I will save him and I will go grab him from underneath and try to push him up so that he can get some air, right? This idiot doesn't follow through with that plan. That plan involved him being chill, him relaxing, letting me do my thing. He didn't do any of that. You know what he told me? His plan was, let me push her down so that I can get on top of her and get some air. That was this kid's plan, was let me push my sister who's trying to save me from drowning beneath me so that I can get up and get a glimpse of air. He has his grip on me. I'm freaking out because I can't breathe at this point. I didn't even get a grasp of air prior to getting sunken under the water. I use all the might left in me to claw, grip and rip this mother arms off of me, and I get it off and I'm about to swim away. He grabs me again. He's like, right back on. And let me explain, when you're drowning, it is the weirdest feeling ever, because it's just so like, we're so used to always having air available to us. You want to breathe so bad, but you can't, and they tell you do not breathe underwater. But I got so desperate for air that I started breathing, and it was just the weirdest feeling, because it was like I would gasp in, but there was nothing there. There was nothing there to go down my throat. At this point, it was just such a panic. There was so much going on, and I was like, I thought I was gonna die at that point. It was the worst feeling ever, and it's so chaotic. And then the babysitter jumped in. But here's the thing, remember how I said this is my mom's friend? She didn't know how to swim. She didn't know how to swim. And it's questionable as to why she would bring us to a pool, but whatever, it is what it is. It's been 13 years, I'm gonna have to get past that, but she didn't know how to swim. And so she jumped in to try to save us, but it was too deep for her. And she has kids on her own, so she's not gonna focus on saving us when, like, she's got kids she's gotta take care of. So she got out of the water, she jumped in for a second, couldn't help us, got out. We're still drowning. I'm convinced I'm gonna die at this point. It was the weirdest thing. It was the worst feeling ever. It's such a heavy, horrific feeling because you're not even thinking when you're drowning. You're not thinking at all. Your body's doing everything. Your body does everything. Like, let me get out of this situation. That's it, okay? Right when I was convinced we were gonna die, next thing you know, suddenly we're above the water. We're out, we're back into the shallow end, and I look behind me and this little 12-year-old girl had jumped in to help us, and I still remember her face perfectly. She's incredible, love her. I never got her name or anything, but basically she had jumped in and just kind of pushed us to the shallow end. No one else thought to do it, but very heroic, very incredible of her to do that. And when we got out, it was just so, that first gasp of air that you take after being suffocated like that is insane. It hurt so much to breathe when we first got out of the water. Like, there was that one episode of SpongeBob where like one of them was like suffocating and you could see like their lungs like falling off. If I can find it, I'll put a picture here. That's how it felt like. Like, you just feel like so, your organs are so defeated and like broken. So afterwards, my brother and I kind of talked, and that's when he told me everything. Like, he told me his entire perspective on the whole, I'm gonna push her down and get on top so that I can breathe. He just was, it was his fight or flight. I don't blame him. He was 6. It is what it is. Safe to say we were very careful with water after that. I still know how to swim. I've been knew how to swim. My brother knows how to swim now. We're chilling. I still hold it against my brother to this day that he tried to kill me. Tried to literally murder me when we were children, and he does feel really bad. I'm so surprised we didn't die, but we didn't, so we're good. And yeah, that's the story. I don't know if that was interesting. It was very fun for me to tell. I've been wanting to retell this story on some sort of platform for a very long time. You remember that if you're trying to save someone swimming, their fight or flight might take you down with them. Sometimes the hero complex will kill you. Just remember that. Let me know what else you guys want to see. Let me know if you enjoyed story times. Maybe I can do more story times. That's it. That's literally it. So, bye.